Zarrillo for 6 minutes to conclude.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the Minister and staff that have come today. So yesterday was National Day of Mourning, which honors workers who have died or been injured or fall ill due to their work. In that backdrop, and as my colleague Rachel Blaney has asked, when will the government stop punishing over 100,000 injured workers who have faced GIS clawbacks and denials in the past year? What actions are you and your department taking to end this injustice to injured workers, because we don't see it in the budget? Other provincial payments are exempted. Will you move to add payments from workers' compensation programs to be exempted, and when? Or add to the exempted list, and when?
I don't believe, Madame Zarrillo, that I am in a position right now in order to make a significant change to that. Willing to entertain it. I don't know if my Deputy Minister has anything that she would like to add to it.
You can look into that and get back to the committee.
Would very much appreciate it, and also my colleague Rachel Blaney. Minister, you spoke about your extended time in Vancouver, and I want to thank you for the time that you gave me on a different topic when you were in Vancouver. You made time to have some talk about the...
Just happy for the distraction.
Yeah, the care workers and the care economy and the gendered nature of that work, and that it's time that the care economy received the respect and attention that it deserves. And these workers, as I mentioned, mostly women, immigrant women, diverse genders. So I was pleased to see in the budget a proposal to a launch of a sectoral table on the care economy, as well as an intention to launch consultation on the development of a national caregiving strategy. So I wonder if you could expand on those two pieces, give us some information about what each of them is, what timelines you have in place, and how you see this rolling out.
I'm particularly pleased that we were able to successfully get that into the budget, and I also pay heed to those who have criticized us, at least initially for not putting a substantive amount of money associated with it just yet. I think this is just an excellent opportunity right now for us to sit down at a table and understand how so many of these parts of the care economy intersect and intermingle, and then to come up with a plan of action. This is all because of COVID. And that's where the vulnerabilities that you and I first spoke of in Vancouver really, by that time we knew what had come to light, and particularly care workers that move within that care economy. And that obviously covers child care, seniors care, other parts of disability care. That's what we're talking about, the people who do that work and making sure that we look after them properly.
Thank you, Minister. And, it may have been highlighted at COVID, but certainly for 4 or 5 decades, there's a lot of amazing research and people that have been doing this work, and their voice just hasn't been heard for 4 decades. I think about the women economists that have continually tried to push this issue. So my question is, how can those advocates that have been working on it, that have started their journey now recently to support the care economy and to highlight those workers, but those advocates that have decades of research, how can they reach you? How can they get involved in this sectoral table? And how can their voices be heard on this national caregiver strategy?
Thank you for the question. We're at the beginning of the looking at the terms of reference and who to invite to that table. We have been receiving interest from union groups and other members, and certainly if they want to signal to us at the department their interest, we will certainly make sure that, as the Minister pointed out, all the actors in the care economy are represented at the table, and that we have a wide ranging of perspectives presented, so they can come forth to us.
Thank you so much. I just want to add one, because I did hear a story of a palliative care worker that worked in home. Their work is looking after someone who's dying. And immigrant care workers that are working in palliative care get no time for any grieving. They get no time to transition from one working home to another. And that is one that I really want to make sure. I mean, all of them are so important. I don't want this one to get missed around the palliative care. I also wanted to just very quickly just talk about persons with disabilities. And we've heard from this committee before around the Canada Disability Benefit and the working age Canadians. And you were there, sitting there today. I saw you there when we were talking about the labor code and the ability to self-identify as a worker for accommodation. If you're in a working situation, you can self-identify a disability, whether it's physical or mental, and receive accommodation. And I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts of how that could transition over to a Canada Disability Benefit that is an income supplement for the working age, if there's some kind of equity solution there that would be equal to what people in the labor force receive.
I have not considered that yet, but I appreciate the suggestion. I also appreciate the suggestion, particularly on palliative care workers. Thank you.